Hey guys, welcome back to the H9BP. We're excited to have you back. Episode 2. Baseball officially started. I think that makes us all happy here. Spring training, college baseball, and World Baseball Classics 3 weeks away, I think. 3 weeks away now. So let's get excited. We're going to jump right into it here for you guys. We're going to start with the World Baseball Classic again. We're going to hit 3 teams today, just like we did last time. Japan, Venezuela, and Italy as the teams we're going to hit today. Let's just start up with Japan. Like just one of the comments in our last video from the YouTube handles Ruby Tuesday, saying that Sasaki and Yamamoto is a great one too. You are absolutely right. We don't know a ton about, or me personally, I don't know a ton about the Japanese baseball league and the pitchers that are over there until they come to the U.S. But I know on top of those two pitchers, Sasaki and Yamamoto, they're going to have Shohei and Yu Darvish, I believe, as well. So I think that their rotation, in my mind, is phenomenal, and they're going to be a tough team to beat, especially now that the U.S.'s rotation's really depleted since our last video. So if you guys want to start off with their lineup and all that.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it right now. I did not. I think I probably heard this at some point. I did not realize Lars Nootbaar was Japanese.
Oh, I forgot
So
about him
he's
too.
on
Yeah.
he's on the Japanese team. I know he
Yeah.
has. I'm pretty sure he has like really good peripheral stats. So a lot of people love him.
Yeah.
And then we
Outfielder,
have
right?
Seiya Suzuki. Yes, outfield. I'm going through the outfield right now. Seiya
Suzuki, yeah.
likely playing center. Probably going to be Lars in right, and then Masataka Yoshida in left. So you
Yeah.
Red Sox fans will get a sneak peek of him in the World Baseball Classic.
Oh yeah,
Yoshi, love him.
I don't really recognize any of the names in the infield. No MLB players. Some of them might be good. I'm
I feel
really
like
not
I've
sure.
seen highlights of Yamada somewhere, but I might be like,
The name sounds very familiar. Like
yeah,
you said,
it sounds like
we're not.
yeah.
We're
I'm
not
not
big
a
Oh, I
Japanese.
got. I think it's Murakami is absolutely disgusting. I'm pretty sure he had like a 1.2 OPS in
Oh
Japan
god,
last year.
no.
And he's gonna
Good
be.
Lord.
He's only 23 years old. I'm pretty sure it's
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
Monitaka Murakami. I was
Wow.
just seeing highlights of him the other day.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that pitching rotation is definitely their strength, though. Their lineup is nothing to scoff at, but I'd say that pitching rotation is something special.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Absolutely.
even just
Yeah, no,
having
their
Shohei
lineup's really good, but like their rotation is definitely the best in the tournament, and it's not close.
even just having
Like,
Shohei on the team gives them a massive boost on both sides of the ball. So
yeah, I mean, they're going to give the DR in the U.S. a lot of trouble, especially because the U.S. has who's their best pitcher now? Like because Kershaw and Cortez both were forced to be backed out by their teams.
Is
So
it
who
is
do we
it
have
like
left?
is it like it's not I don't think it's Wayno, but it's somebody.
Oh, it might be Wayno actually.
I well
You're right.
Wayno's I don't know, he didn't pitch so well last year, so I don't know
Yeah,
who's like the one gonna be, but I don't know.
it'll be tough. They'll figure it out though. All right, moving right along here. Venezuela, Nick. I know you were big on Venezuela. You want to kick us off with their lineup there?
1 second, let me pull up their roster real quick.
I know we touched on it a little bit.
I don't know it
last
off the
time,
top of my head. Let me see. Last I remember, their like hitting was just absolutely like insane.
Yeah, they
I
have a lot
remember you
of
saying
big
some.
names.
Yeah, we touched
Let's
on it
see.
last time, but I want
In
to. I
the
wanted to dive
outfield,
into the roster.
I think the biggest name we got in the outfield is obviously Ronald Acuna. He's going to be the best player on that Venezuela team. He's going to be the one that will carry them to victory if they're going to win.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That infield is also kind of a threat too. We got Altuve, we got Arias, who's a great contact hitter. We got Cabrera, who's that kind of team leader, the same way
Oh
Nelson
wait,
Cruz
I think I
is.
saw something about this week. Isn't there like second base position like really deep?
Yes, they have
Yeah, Arias and Altuve.
Altuve. Arias is like a first base / second base. You have Andres Jimenez, who's disgusting. He's really good.
He's probably
And
going to
then
play
Gleyber.
short, right?
Jimenez, yeah, he has more. He's better
Jimenez,
short
sorry.
than Gleyber is.
Yeah.
So
Glaber could probably play third.
No, I mean they'll probably have either Escobar or Suarez at third. I don't
Yeah, I
know
was
if
gonna say
Glaber's
they
gonna
definitely have
start
someone better at
because they have
third.
Altuve. I mean, and I know. Well, at this point, Glaber is much better than Miguel Cabrera at their career or at this point in their careers, but I still think that they're probably gonna end up starting Miggy.
Just for the symbolism of it. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's the father of that team practically. So
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
he's what Cruz is to the US for Venezuela there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd say yeah. He's like maybe
Ooh, Salvador Perez too.
yeah.
They had
I
Salvia
saw
catcher.
Savvy on there. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
That's one of the best
And
catchers
then
in this
and
whole
Narvaez
tournament.
is good. Is really good too.
Who?
Yeah, no, I guess they have their first
I
game
didn't know.
March 11th against the DR. So that's big.
Ooh,
So
So
that's
it's
big.
gonna be
I don't
and
know
it
if
could
they'll make
be
it past that one, but they'll put up a fight.
what it's Sandy. Yeah, it's Sandy for Sandy's on Sandy's on the DR, right?
yeah.
Yeah. So it's Sandy against it looks like probably Pablo Lopez for
Oh,
the
that's their one.
yeah, I mean he's good, but I think yeah, I
Sandy
mean
has that one.
Martin Perez is probably better.
Yeah. Yeah.
They have
That
Erod.
pitching is a little suspect.
They have like a bunch of really solid starters, but it's not really top heavy at all. They don't have
Yeah.
anybody even close to the caliber of Sandy.
Yeah, when your third
Yeah.
best pitcher is Erod, there's a little bit of an issue.
Oh, and they also have Giancarlo Stanton's son, Darwinzon Hernandez.
Oh really?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I never want to see.
Oh,
that man
did you
pitch
guys
for
see
Boston
real
again.
quick? Did you guys see Nick Pivetta had to back out of the of Team Canada?
Really?
Yeah.
He's like one of their best pitchers, probably.
He got sick or something like
Right.
that. Nothing like serious, but like the Red Sox didn't want to like risk it because we are just so thin at starting pitching. Like
Yeah.
he's our
Yeah,
what?
it
He's our
kinda
2 or
sucks how
3.
MLB teams can straight up tell players they can't play in the WBC. That's just
Well, I mean,
unfortunate.
they're under contract,
yeah.
so they kind of.
I know,
yeah.
I know they're under contracts and stuff. It's like the spirit of the game, though.
But I mean, they don't do that in basketball or soccer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but I mean, oh, you mean for the Olympics?
Or
Yeah.
the World Cup, even. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, just moving right along here. Let's start with Italy. When I first looked at the roster, first thing that jumped out to me, Mike Piazza, head is the manager of the team, and I love that. I love that.
Yeah,
Their
this
team,
is Joey's
you know-
completely non-biased Italian take.
Hey, listen, you can't hate on Mike Piazza, all right? But I love that he's the manager. They're not the best looking team, if I'm being honest. I'm a big Vinny Pasquantino fan.
You don't even
But-
understand how big of a Vinny Pasquantino fan I am as well. He's gonna mash.
Oh yeah, he's
Oh,
gonna
there's
have a
actually
great
some-
season.
Now that
They
I'm
have a
looking
lot
at it,
of-
there's actually some decent infield
They have a
options
lot of-
here.
Yeah, they have a lot of good players, but like compared to the other people, like I don't remember who's in their pool, but like I don't know if I think it's like
Yeah.
Colombia and somebody else
Yeah, that pitching though.
for like the
You
top.
can
ones.
look that.
The only name I can really that I truly recognize here is Matt Harvey, and that concerns.
Wait, what? Matt Harvey? See, on the
Yeah,
chart.
he's still playing. Yeah, he's on the
There's
team.
no. I know he pitched what like two oh yeah, he's right here. Any pitchers? I recognized Joe Biagini, but he hasn't pitched in a couple
Mhm.
years. Matt Festa
think-
is really good.
It's
Or he
made up
can
of a
be
lot
really
of
good.
guys who are like they either
I know most of them
retired
are
from the
Italian
MLB.
Americans.
yeah.
In the
That's
infield, there's
pretty
some
much it.
options. There's Pasquantino, there's Fletcher, Nicky Lopez.
Well, the thing is with
Yeah,
Pasquantino, doesn't he DH most of the time for the Royals?
No,
So he's gonna be playing
plays
first
first.
base.
I thought he's
Oh, he
No, he
does?
plays
Okay.
first. Yeah,
'Cause I remember
no,
when
they
I
usually
re- initially-
they have
when I initially
Salvi
looked it up.
or MJ Melendez at DH, I think usually, which is kind of funny because they both suck at catching.
Yeah.
Let me
I
see.
remember when I
They are
initially looked it up,
they're
I
in
thought I saw he
Pool
was
A.
DH.
They're in Pool
Which
A
is-
with Chinese Tapai or I butchered that.
Right.
But I believe that's
Chinese,
Taiwan. That's
Yeah,
Taiwan.
okay.
And then the Netherlands and Cuba.
How
So
does
Cuba
Taiwan look?
should steamroll them probably, but
Yeah.
Taiwan is like they're solid. So are the Netherlands, I believe. Isn't Didi
So
from
that
the
second
Netherlands?
spot,
Isn't Bogarts on the
Xander.
Netherlands?
Xander is because he's from
Yeah.
Oh,
Aruba,
Xander is.
and Aruba's
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
he's
'cause
from
it's
Aruba.
owned by the Netherlands. It's gonna. I think it's gonna be a bloodbath for that second spot to get out of Group B or Group. What is it? Group A. Sorry, Group A
yeah.
for
Yeah.
sure. For that second spot, Cuba's probably gonna. It's Cuba, right? Yeah, Cuba is easily gonna take that top spot, but it's gonna be a tough battle, to get up for the second spot. And a lot of more Italian Americans came out than I thought that were going to play for like Team Italy. Unfortunately, we did
Yeah.
not get Rizzo. We did not get Benintendi. That's disappointing. But to be
Yeah.
fair,
Were they born in Italy?
Benintendi gets injured a lot. So
No,
but
I don't.
you just have to be Italian American.
Yeah.
You do? Huh.
Yeah.
I thought you had to
Like,
Yeah,
actually
well,
be born in
they
that
really
country.
don't have like. Is there? I don't know if there's more than 2 or 3 like players that were born in Italy playing the MLB.
I
Yeah,
couldn't
that
name
wouldn't be
one,
enough to
to
make
be
a
honest
team.
with you.
Yeah.
All right. So I think that will wrap up the World Baseball Classic for this week. We'll touch on it again, 3 more teams again next week. Now we're going to transition into our hot take segment. Carl, did you think of one?
Yes,
If you didn't,
I did.
have okay, you did? Okay.
Oh god.
Because I was going to have a replacement segment in mind, but that's fine. We'll hit you.
Yeah, okay. So I was looking at this earlier this week, and my hot take is going to be, barring injury, the Rays will have the best rotation in baseball.
I feel like that's not much of a hot take.
It's not much of a hot take. The thing is, they're all just going to get injured. Like I saw this earlier this week.
Well, I'm really, because I mean, everybody talks about the big two, the Shane McClanahan, Tyler Glasnow are both absolutely disgusting.
Shane Bass.
But Drew Rasmussen is elite. Eflin has some of the stuff, and then you
Shane
have
Bass.
Yanni Chirinos and Luis Patino could both fill in that 5 spot, or obviously an opener, and you could go to Chirinos. But they have so much depth that they have such a solid 3 plus Eflin, and I think that they could definitely piece together. Because I know by like ERA standards, they usually have like a top 5 rotation, because that also includes, or because it doesn't really include their secondary guys. But if they have like actual starters, I think they will.
I mean, what about Shane Bass also?
The thing is with the Rays, though, that they just love their opener. So even like if that 5 pitcher is a little weak, they're just going to use him as an opener and then go to the bullpen like that. Who's the manager down there? He just loves going to the bullpen.
Kevin
He always
Cash.
has. Kevin Cash, yeah.
Yeah.
Like when I went down for the Rays game, I remember it was like shocking to see the pitch. It was their 5 pitcher. I forgot his name at the time. But I went down to the Rays game over the summer and he pitched 5 innings and I was shocked. Like, because whenever we play him, even like if it's like one of their best pitchers, they use an opener. They use him as an opener because they want to save his arm.
Yeah. That was probably Drew Rasmussen.
Yep, that's it. Yep, because he's also a relief pitcher too.
Because you know what? He's not a relief pitcher anymore. I looked.
Oh, really?
He started and played in 28 games last year, I believe.
Wow.
Which is kind of wild to me, because I swear whenever I watched him, he was opening. But he throws like 5 or 6 innings a game.
Huh.
He just has insane like stamina, I guess.
There you go. Yeah, I mean that. If your reliever can go 5-6 innings as an opener,
well, no, he's not. He only starts games now. It's just
he did the opposite of Dennis Eckersley.
I guess.
He was a failed reliever, so they made him a starter.
Yeah.
Okay.
I could see the Rays have enough top 5 rotation for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I think with the Rays, it's not about their pitching. It's like how suspect is their hitting going to be? Because that's another thing that held them back last year. They got a lot of performance from guys like Wander Franco.
I feel like they let some of their better hitters go in free agency. Like, didn't Ji-Man Choi leave, or Ji-Man Chu?
He wasn't one of the best hitters.
Yeah, he's gone.
Nick, he hit in the 4-hole for majority of the season.
Yeah, he was one of the most powerful.
G-Man wasn't good last year, but he still was like really good for them before that.
And I believe for his size, he had a pretty good speed. I feel like too, watching him play.
Not
Yeah,
bad.
he can move around a little bit.
They got more out of him than his contract was worth. Let's just put it at that.
Oh,
That's
by
what the Rays
far,
did.
yeah.
It's
But
what
I
the
think
Rays did.
letting him walk was the kind of, I mean, it's the Rays way, but like, kind
I
of
believe he signed
stupid.
with the Pirates, right? I think he did.
The Pirates.
Another thing that's kind of slept on for the Rays this year too is another pretty big loss. Kevin Kiermaier is gone now.
Yeah, that's their.
And actually, I think that could have a bigger impact since he just covers so much of that outfield defensively.
He does have insane range.
How many defensive runs saved does he have, Carl?
All time, he's way up there.
Well, the thing is, he's
I don't know.
So long,
they already got his replacement. They traded for him. They got Jose Siri, who is.
I know, but also the fact that you're losing that one guy who was like the constant in your organization. He had been there since like the beginning of the Longoria days.
Yeah, he was
a
like
leader you had on your team.
I don't know if it's production. I think it's more what he means to the Rays and their team.
Like, who's the longest tenured player on the Rays right now? Like Glasnow, maybe.
Maybe Yandy or Brandon Lau.
That's still
crazy. I feel like it's Lau. I feel like it has to be Lau. I remember hearing about Lau for a long time.
Yeah, I think he probably made his debut in 18.
Yeah.
That's still crazy that they don't have.
I say a long time, but it's really not been that long. All right.
It's a long time in the Rays.
Oh, okay. In his career with the Rays, Kevin Kiermaier accumulated 147 defensive runs saved.
That's a lot.
Yeah. And that's he had 38 defensive runs saved in 2015. Obviously that those numbers were down last year. But he didn't play. Yeah, from center field, 38.
38 defensive runs saved. That's just nuts. That's like winning your team 10 games.
Yeah,
at
least. Yeah, Jesus, holy.
Considering how much runs the Rays pitchers normally allow, that's winning.
I guess it wasn't that good there for a minute.
Year. I was so shocked.
I know last year he missed a lot of time. Only 482 innings, but only 2 defensive runs saved. But in 2020, in the shortened season, 350 innings, 10 defensive runs saved. So I think he just lost some of his range last year. So that's
getting a little.
Didn't he come off an injury though last year?
Yeah, he was hurt he was banged up the whole year.
I mean, that's gonna do it for sure. Especially as a center fielder, you got to cover so much ground, especially in playing in the AL East. I feel like
I do wonder what the Blue Jays are gonna do if they move George Springer, because for me, that's fine. He'll be back.
He'll be back. Yeah.
For me, the Kevin Kiermaier has no value unless he's playing center field.
Oh yeah,
because
the best part of his game is his range.
He's gonna put up slightly below average league hitting.
Yeah. Well, the best part of his game is his range to to put him in the corner of the outfield is just kind of asinine.
Yeah. I mean, the Rays have done that. I think it was 2021 and 2020, they played 3 center fielders in their outfield.
Who was that?
Put the most range. You mean who they had out there?
Yeah, who they have out there? Blanking.
They had they had Manuel Margot, Kiermaier, and Brett Phillips all at the same time, who are all very fast, a lot of range, and can all play. I think they had Randy at DH, or if they have Randy in there, he's not the greatest outfielder, but he's still fast.
Yeah. All right, moving on. Next segment. Nick will be back in a little bit. Don't you worry. Moving on to our next segment, we're gonna break down the American League. We're gonna go division by division, rank the teams in the order from best to first per division, and give them the team MVP and the team. We're gonna call it Team Cy Young, sort of the best pitcher for the year. I made my list quite a while ago, around the new year. So I'm just gonna read off who I have. We're gonna we'll start out west. So hopefully Nick comes back by the time we hit the Sox and Yankees in the AL East. So start off. I have Astros, obviously the best in the AL West. It's not really much to debate in my opinion. Mariner. Oh, well, sorry. I'll do the MVPs and Cy Young. So I'm gonna give their team MVP. I really like Jeremy Pena, and I'm not like I know I said in the last video he might have a down year. Last episode he might have a down year, but I don't think he will. I think he'll be a good player for them this season and big part of their team. And then for their Cy Young, who was the guy? What's his name? Christian
Javier.
I really like him. He was on my fantasy team last year. I love that guy, and he did really well in the playoffs, if I remember. I think he's going to be their Cy Young. And next we go Mariners, J-Rod MVP, Cy Young. Robbie Ray still out there, or do you move?
Yeah, he's out there. He's not their best pitcher, I don't think. They have a couple better pitchers. But...
I'm going to stick with Robbie Ray. I don't recall that. I'm debating between the next two because I know I said I want the Angels to win the World or make it to the World Series for the American League, and originally I had them at fourth, but I'm going to move them up to third because if Mike Trout stays healthy, I think they have a real fighting chance for the division because Mike Trout is, like it or not, Mike Trout's the best player in baseball when healthy. The problem is he needs to stay healthy because in recent years he hasn't. So I'm going to go Mike Trout for the team MVP, obviously, and then Cy Young would have to go to, Shohei. He's good. But, I think the Angels could fight for that top spot because they signed a lot of good players this year. Or not a lot of good players. Yeah. They signed some good pieces this year. And if Trout and Rendon too, people forget about Rendon. If they both stay healthy, that's a force to be reckoned with. For sure.
It's just tough for Rendon specifically. I think he's had some career-altering injury. Actually, I think this was like a hip injury, and I don't know if he'll be able to recover from that at all. So
I heard they might just use him as a DH, keep him out of the field.
Yeah, well,
and obviously, they got Shohei to DH, but a lot of third basemen towards the end of the career transition to first base. He could do the same thing, but they have
Jared Walsh.
Hunter Renfroe now too is a good sign. Jared Walsh, yep. And they got Hunter Renfroe and Taylor Ward. So they got their outfield set if Trout stays healthy.
Yeah.
Right, it's Ward, right? Taylor Ward?
Yep, Ward.
It's gonna be Ward, Trout, and it's gonna be Ward, Trout, and Renfroe. And I love Renfroe. I think he's a great he's not gonna be your best player, he's not gonna be your best hitter, but he's a really good piece for your team. Yeah. Moving on, I got the Rangers finishing fourth. I love their rotation. DeGrom is going to be their Cy Young, but the problem is DeGrom, Eovaldi, and who's the third pitcher? Perez.
Right, I think Perez is probably better than Eovaldi, but
but I'm just saying for DeGrom and Eovaldi, those two specifically. I know as a Red Sox fan, Eovaldi gets hurt a lot, especially last year. And sometimes even when he comes back, he's not at the top of his game. And DeGrom, when he's healthy, he's the best pitcher in baseball. But in recent years, he's also been getting injured a lot. And that's why I have him ranked kind of low because I don't think their offense is good enough to kind of take them to the next step. Team MVP, I'll go Corey Seager. It's the best offensive player they got outside of that, the best player they got outside of pitching, in my opinion. Unless I'm just blanking on somebody. Am I? Or...
Not really. I think you're
okay.
Fine saying that.
And then last, the AL West. Yeah.
How far away is Jack Leiter from the MLB?
He's still at least a full year out. He's going to need at least one more full year in the minors, probably.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I didn't know if he would be a factor to the rotation at all either.
No. Then to wrap up the AL West, we're going with the A's. I don't really need to explain that. And to be honest with you, now that Sean Murphy's gone, I don't know if I can name a player on their team. I have not. Do they still have Stephen Piscotty? I love Stephen Piscotty.
No, I don't think
Carl,
so.
Give me their Cy Young and MVP.
Okay. Oh, for the Athletics?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's for me. It's probably Paul Blackburn. He's gross. Really like Paul Blackburn, Cy Young, and MVP because I can't. I mean, their position players that I can name are not very good. I know they have Christian Pacha. He's not good at hitting. Flat out, he's bad.
Yeah.
And then I don't even know what the rest of their team is at all.
The A's got robbed for Olsen.
Yeah.
How do you guys want to do this? You want me to run through the rest of mine real quick, and then you guys do your 3 divisions, or you don't want to each do each division?
Well, let's just okay. Yeah, we can each do a division.
Or no, I'm not saying each do a division. I'm saying we each no, you two will do your AL West. And
do you want? Yeah, I mean, I can run through it quickly.
All right, yeah.
I have it in my head. So we can start Astros 1, obviously.
Yeah, we agree on that.
I'll do just to be different. I also do love Christian Javier. I'll say Framber Valdez. He's really good at games, and he's great stuff. And then MVP, it's got to be Jordan for me.
Oh yeah, Jordan. That's a really good pick. Yeah.
He just hates baseballs.
You went with the obvious pick. I went with the
about as far as you can hit them.
Yeah, Nick, because you weren't here. I went with Pena for my pick. I went for the potential.
That's who I would. That's who I was going to go with.
That's and then I'll. I don't trust the Angels, but I'm going to put them at 2. I don't trust them. But
let's go. Let's go.
It's not going to happen.
Cy Young and
Mike Trout, World Series MVP
is showing.
It's happening.
Both of them. And then third, let's go Seattle. Luis Castillo. I saw him pitch in person.
Oh my God, how did I forget about him?
I saw him pitch in person. I don't want to ever see him pitch in person if it's against my team ever again.
Fair enough.
And then MVP, it's got to be Julio.
Yeah, can't be anyone else.
Fourth, Texas. I think it's still DeGrom if he's healthy, but obviously that's a question mark. Martin Perez was really good last year. I think it's probably Seager for their best position player. I mean, they have Marcus Semien. Semien can bounce back here. I believe he had a really solid second half.
But it was nothing like when he was in Toronto.
No, well, his first half he had like a 600 OPS, so which is terrible.
Yep.
I don't believe they made any other big splashes. I could be missing.
They went after pitchers hard, I think.
Yeah, with Eovaldi and DeGrom.
They were also in on Verlander for a while too, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think they were pretty close.
Texas will always just throw money at problems at individual positions and expect them to go away. It never works. It got them to 1 or 2 championships once, and then they completely fell apart because there's no kind of sustainability in that method.
Yeah,
and they also had young talent. Don't know. And then we already went through.
You gave me your 8 picks.
And do you guys just want to do the West today?
Go
through the Central next episode.
Yeah, we can also. We're on a little bit of time crunch today, so we can just hit the rest of the American League next episode for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Or what time do we got here?
So now it's
if you want, what we
your
can
opinion.
Do. I was just saying, if you want, we can do the after Nick gives his opinion, we can hit the NL West. Actually, no, never mind. That makes it complicated. Never mind.
Yeah.
All right. So this is AL West, right?
Yep.
So for the AL West, I want to go with another team so badly, but it's got to be the Astros. There's literally no other way.
Them.
Team MVP. It's a toss-up between Pena and Alvarez. I'm actually gonna go with Alvarez just because I think he has a chance. He's a perennial.
Don't sleep on Bregman. He's still a good. Bregman's still
I know, but he's
pick.
Just not
Altuve. Altuve was top 5 in OPS plus last year in the MLB.
It's just Alvarez. He feels like he's a perennial threat to win the Triple Crown every year. So the guy's just a prodigy at hitting. He's like David Ortiz, reborn again in the MLB. So
let's not go too far.
No, I think
what I saw against Seattle in that series, that was nothing less than ownership. He owns Seattle.
He owns Robbie Ray.
Yeah.
Oh God, why
my Cy Young right there.
Second place. Oh, Cy Young. Maybe McCullers.
Say Javier.
If he's healthy.
McCullers got hurt.
McCullers.
Is he healthy? I said if he's healthy.
Oh yeah.
If he's healthy. If not, it's probably Christian Javier.
Yeah, that's who I said too. All right, keep moving. Who you got second in the division?
All right, second in the division. I'm gonna take Seattle. I'm confident. I believe.
That's what I did
Jerry
too.
DeProto's process. I think we're gonna end up with something like low 90s wins, like 91 wins, 90 wins on the year.
Yeah, I agree.
Then I'm for team MVP, Julio Rodriguez. He's just too good.
Cy Young.
Cy Young. You know, I'm feeling this one might be a little out there. Robbie Ray has a bounce back season.
That's who I said too. It's also the only pitcher I could think on
he's not going to be like his Cy Young level.
At the time.
Yeah, he's not going to be a Cy Young level, but he's going to be like at least more serviceable than he was last year.
Yeah. All right. Then
next
who you got
team,
third?
I'm actually going to go with 83 wins or so. I'm actually going to go with the Texas Rangers.
I don't like that pick.
If that team stays healthy, they could sneak into a late wild card spot and like just lose first round. They're not going to do anything special
at 80.
But
you mean the Angels are going to sneak into that late wild card spot and then go on to win the World Series?
Artie Moreno is still on that team. They deserve nothing.
Just ignored me. All right, MVP Cy Young.
MVP. Jacob deGrom, Cy Young, Jacob deGrom. That's if he stays healthy, of course, but I think he will. I think he's been out for a while, and he's going to be pretty ready to go coming the year. There's no signs that he's going to get hurt again, like barring some like freak incident. So I think that he's going to help Casey. Yeah.
We got to move.
Okay, so next I'll have the Angels. I'm going to put them at like I'm thinking 72 wins on the year.
You don't need to say the wins. Just say the team and then the Cy Young MVP.
MVP. I'm gonna go Shohei Ohtani and Cy Young for Shohei,
Makes sense.
Because the hitting and the pitching. It's just enough.
Get some variety, you two. Come on, throw a little Mike Trout action in there.
Well, I would say Trout. It's just that he's starting to get perennially injured every year. Didn't he have that injury last year too? That's like gonna start to hamper his playing ability, like throughout the rest of his career.
No, I don't think so. No. He was like
I remember seeing it was some like knee injury or something like that.
He's like 95th percentile in sprint speed still. I'm not worried.
Yeah.
All right, wrap it up with the A's.
Okay, the A's, they have nothing, they deserve nothing, and they need to sell the team.
No,
great way to put it.
Ramon Laureano.
Oh. They have nothing, they deserve nothing. I go with Nick.
Yeah.
All right, and we're going to transition into our last segment, a brand new segment that we're going to continue for the rest of the season. We're going to just do it for college baseball right now because the only teams that played. It's the player of the week. I'm going to give you my player of the week, my reasoning. And, so this week I'm going with a pitcher from Mississippi State. He's ambidextrous. He throws 92 as a lefty, 97 as a righty, which is just insane for both of those. I'm going to butcher his first and last name, but I think his last name is pronounced Syngenti. He's number 50 for Mississippi State. Love the kid. I've only seen I think he's only pitched once so far this year, but he dominated. He looked good. I don't know what the rule is on like switching hands for I know you can't do it mid at bat, but I don't know if you can do it after for a beach batter. But he's just so nasty with his breaking. I don't know what I haven't done a ton of research, but I don't know what his breaking ball is, but that's nasty too. And the fact that he can throw 90 plus with both hands is just absolutely insane to me. So player of the week, number 50, starting pitcher Syngenti, Mississippi State. All right. And then that's all that segment is going to be. But we're going to wrap up with our best college baseball jerseys that we have seen this season and last season. Some teams haven't done all their jerseys yet that they will. So between the past two seasons. Carl, you want to kick us off?
Yeah, I'll start off first. I'm always a sucker for the powder blue jerseys, And so for me it's got to be the Ole Miss Powder Blues.
What a pick!
I don't watch too much college baseball, but from the clips that I've seen, those jerseys really stand out to me.
Yeah. Nick?
All right. As a professional and very non-biased reviewer of baseball in general, and I'm gonna have to go with
Nick.
My God! It's the law. It's the law.
Nick, they look like the off-brand Yankee jerseys.
Listen,
they're pinstripe with a giant C on the chest.
They grow on you once you see them.
Listen, no, I like the UConn baseball jerseys. I think it's the best jerseys UConn have, but it's not better than the rest of the country. There's so many better jerseys across the country. Which brings me to my pick. Shut up. It brings me to my pick. I am a sucker for Tennessee athletics. Don't know why, but I love the orange.
Peyton Manning.
It's not Peyton Manning. I love, as a Patriots fan, I can't say it's Peyton Manning. I love their colors. I love Tennessee in general. I'm going with the Tennessee Vols gray out jerseys. I think those things look clean. I love their hats, the orange and the light gray, or not light gray, but like charcoal gray clashes in a good way. Those are my best jerseys. I don't know if they wore them yet this season, but, you know, having like the best pitching prospect since I don't even know, it like helps them look that much better. And Chase Dollander, something like that. I can't pronounce his last name. I'm terrible with names, as you guys will come to find out if you keep watching. All right, and that's gonna be the end of the show. I would like to thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment. We'd love to hear your opinions. Shout out to Ruby Tuesday for commenting. We'd love that. Love to see that. Go follow us on Instagram at Hard 90 Baseball Podcast. Follow us on Twitter, same exact handle. Listen to us on Spotify, YouTube. Did we get the Apple Podcast yet? What's the status?
I'm gonna get that set up. I'm gonna upload the. All right, I gotta set up the account.
Apple Podcast is still coming. Yeah, we love you guys. Keep the views coming. Keep the likes coming, and we hope to see you next week. We also, real quick, just would like to apologize that we missed a week in filming. The President's Day weekend kind of got our schedules all messed up, so apologize for that. Hope to see you guys back next week.
Oh, also, guys, make sure to comment if you want to see any specific content in the video next time.
Yeah, we are always looking for new segments, new team. If you want us to look at a certain World Baseball Classic team, as you can tell, our last segment tends to be like a different each time. We'll love to hear if you guys have a hot take you want us to pitch, or you want to pitch to us that we'll talk about. We'll love to do that as well. So thank you guys, and stay tuned.